Hey Riley, how are you doing today?
Hey Sam, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So I saw on your LinkedIn it said that you lived in Florida. How's the weather been there?
Oh yeah, thanks for asking. It's been hot to be honest, but yesterday it got down to 70, so I was
Ah,
joking around that I might have to bust out my winter coat. But yeah, so we're finally feeling like winter here in Florida. But what
yeah,
about you? Where are you based out of?
I'm out of Clemson, South Carolina. So the
Nice.
weather here lately has been very cold. It's been down in the 50s and the 40s. So it's not quite as nice as that Florida weather. I wish we had some of the warmth, but I'm glad that
Yeah,
it's chilling down a little bit. You're getting some of all four seasons.
yeah, if you want to call it that, totally.
Yeah, and then I saw you also went to Clemson. Have you been following the football games or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I've been following the football games. Last game, really, oh, that was tough against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That killed my spirit. But I'm actually going to the USC game this coming weekend, so I'm praying for a win for us because we need it.
Yeah, that would be a huge win, especially over our rival. And, it'll be a fun atmosphere. It always is against South Carolina. But, we got one loss on our shoulders, but I think we'll be all right as a team.
I think so too. Yeah, so I get it. You're a Clemson fan as well.
I am. I went to
Nice.
Clemson.
That's amazing. I like you already. That's great.
Yeah, perfect.
Well,
Well, I don't want to waste too much of your time today, so I'll go ahead and jump in. So, what I'm a large account salesperson for NetSuite, and we sell artificial intelligence software. And I was talking to one of our mutual contacts, Ryan Ross. Do you know him by chance?
yeah, I know Ryan. Yep.
Okay, he referred me to you. He told me that you and Dunder Mifflin, that y'all may be interested in some sort of artificial intelligence software to help your sales force be more successful. And then he told me that y'all had just launched a new digital platform and that's kind of adding a lot to the paper industry and that you're doing digital now and paper. So that y'all are just kind of busy and that this could be something that may benefit you. So I was just kind of wanting to sit down and talk with you for 10 to 15 minutes and kind of figure out where you're at and see if our product is something that may be able to help you.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, to be honest, Sam, like I took the meeting because I'm in this like very exploratory phase. There's lots of like AI tools out there. I get bombarded by LinkedIn messages all the time. So just kind of like taking some meetings. I recognize NetSuite's name. So just kind of wanted to gather some information on today's call and see how you might be able to benefit us. But yeah.
Okay, sweet. Well, I really do appreciate you being willing to take our meeting, and I'm glad to hear that you have heard of us before. So I'm just going to ask you a few general questions to kind of try to figure out where you're at and the needs that we may be able to help you with.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so since you just developed a new digital workforce solution, could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So, I guess like a little bit about me. I just moved into this role a couple months ago, but previously I was at a startup with about 30 salespeople and saw great success there. So much so that I got recruited to Dandy Mifflin and now oversee 300 salespeople. So quite a big jump. And like you said, we just introduced this new digital tool, so that, along with our paper products, you know, it's a lot with our salespeople. Like they have to learn this new product to be able to sell it. So that's kind of what we're seeing right now, as well as really aggressive revenue targets put in place by our CEO for end of 2022. So that's kind of what I'm focused on as of now in terms of the digital product.
Gotcha. And then going from 36 to 300, that's a huge jump in sales reps. But what
Mhm.
has been the biggest problem that you feel like has arisen from launching this new digital platform?
Mm, I mean, I wouldn't say the platform itself we've had challenges with. Like, it's a great product. I think it's how we've been selling it. To be honest, we've not seen the results that we have wanted so far in terms of sales with that digital product. Our sales are primarily through our paper products, so we need to
Okay.
increase that channel. And I think it's mainly just because our salespeople keep leaving. Like I know I started out with 300. Since then, like it's gone down a lot. And it most likely is probably because they have not hit their numbers, so they're not getting compensated how they want. And given the economic climate, they find other opportunities. So it's been a bit tough, but that would say be my number one challenge, I think. It's just the turnover that we're seeing.
Okay, I hate to hear that you're having that much turnover go on. Do you have any idea of what's the causing the turnover with the sales reps?
Um, I mean, I think we're a big company, but we don't our management is not the best in terms of like coaching.
Okay.
I've seen my sales reps kind of each have their own process in terms of how they prep for calls. And because of that, when their managers sit down to coach them, they're all coaching to different capabilities and different skill sets from the reps. So it takes a lot of time away from the managers. It takes a lot of time away from the salespeople, and then they don't hit their numbers. So
Yeah.
I think that's what we're struggling with right now is just the prep in
I
terms of
get what
like
you're saying. It's kind of
what.
funneling all the way down from up
Mhm.
top. It goes down to the managers, and then I mean, to the sales reps, and then they're the ones that leave. So, going off of that, do you think if your managers maybe had a system where they could keep track of all of their sales reps and who they're contacting, who they're calling, and kind of like how the calls are going, what they're talking about, and just keep it all in one centralized location? Do you feel like that's something that could help you?
I mean, yeah, I do think it would be helpful. I'll be honest, like many other software companies have approached me with like that same sort of like benefit to me. The thing is, our managers are so busy as it is. Like with 300 salespeople, there's not even time to book on their calendar. So for me, it's like to have them learn a whole new software and implement it and change their current processes. I think that's going to be hard if I'm just being completely honest.
No, I definitely do understand that, and that's a common fear for many companies, but the good thing is our stuff is all automated in the cloud, so your managers don't physically have to go in and do any work to get the data and to see the results that they need. They can just come in and look at it. It's already there for them. So then at that point, it's just a quick analysis over the data that they have on their sales reps and like looking at what their sales reps have been up to, and then they can move into that coaching conversation with the sales rep.
Okay, that's interesting. So you're saying instead of them having to do that manually through our CRM right now, your
Mhm.
product's automated, so it what would like save them time or something?
Yes, it would save them time, so the managers don't have to physically go in and look at who the sales reps met with and then compare the numbers of how their sales are doing and stuff like that. It automatically generates their sales numbers, how they're meeting their quotas, where they're missing and room for improvement and things like that. So that's where it really does save the time on the manager side, where they don't have to
Mhm.
do as much of like the Excel sheets and typing everything in and doing the calculations. It kind of automates that part of it.
Okay, that makes sense on the manager side of things. How does it help the individual salesperson though? I'm curious.
So that's where I was actually going to go to next. I was going to ask you, how does your sales reps currently keep up with their customers?
Yeah, that's a good question. So again, like I said, they all just keep record of it themselves. Like from what I've seen, they each have their own Excel sheets with the format that they find most helpful. So some of them use Google Drive. It just comes down to the person.
Okay. That's very common, but has that made it hard with your turnover and sales reps having to pick up other clients or hiring new people, since some people may have their own methods? How has been the transition of data between people?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, that is a problem with the turnover. Like a new person steps in, and some of the AEs who have left, didn't share their data, didn't share their notes. So the new guys kind of left hanging, which isn't the best. So, like, how would NetSuite help in that aspect?
So in that aspect, your sales reps would go onto the website and enter the conversations that they had with the client that they were talking to, what they talked about, what the client was interested in, and like the next steps moving forward for that exact sales process. So that way all the information would be kept in one centralized location where the vice president of sales could look at it, other managers could look at it, and the sales reps themselves could look at it. So that way, everyone is doing the exact same thing that's very uniform across your entire sales force, and everyone keeps their data right there so they can easily refer back to it before their sales calls so they can remember, okay, last time we met, we talked about this and they were wanting to move in this direction. So it helps really smooth out that sales process. And it also allows your sales reps to create a better relationship with the customer because the customer feels like, oh, they remembered exactly what we talked about last time and knew everything, didn't forget what we talked about, what I was wanting, and it really helps in that aspect.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I wish we had something like that. But I mean, it does come back down to like Sam, like I don't understand how long does this training and like implementation usually take? Because like I said, my salespeople are swamped. I just don't know if they're
Mhm.
gonna have the time to like adapt to this new technology.
No, I completely understand that. So, normally we come in and we download all of the software onto your computers, which that'll just take about a day or two as you can like cycle people in because, computers have a few glitches. So that doesn't take much time because we can work with like 15 sales reps at one time and then they can like cycle in every hour and we can like download it onto their computer. And then what we
Oh,
do is we have videos on our website where they can get on there and watch the videos. They're short, they're like 10 to 12 minutes, and kind of just learn where they need to go with learning about how to use the platform and how to maximize its potential that it has and that it can give to you. And then after they have learned that, we also send some of our sales reps out to the site if you have maybe older people that really just aren't as technology inclined and need a little extra help, we can sit down with them one on one and make sure that they completely understand it. So, most of the time, we see about a 3 week to 4 week process before everyone is effectively using the platform. But I would say about 65 to 70% of people normally get it within a week and a half.
okay, that's not as long as I thought. So thanks for clearing that up.
It's a pretty, like, basic platform, like, it does a lot, and it has ton amount of potential, but it's easy to get on, it kind of you can look at it and see, like, "Okay, this is where I need to insert this." It's very clearly labeled and lays everything out for your sales reps and your managers.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes. So, do you think a software that would help keep up with your customers on the digital end and the paper end, would you be looking to use it in both aspects or just one or the other?
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking both. Like, I mean, we've seen success on the paper side, but digital is where we need to ramp up.
Mhm.
But both, like, I think we need visibility in both ends.
Okay. No, I completely understand that. But I would like to thank you for filling me in on your situation. And I want to let you know that I feel like we do have a beneficial product that could potentially help your sales force to ramp up your sales on the digital end and to continue to grow the paper end because I know that's currently where you're bringing in the most revenue. But I feel like on
Mhm.
the digital end that we can kind of help simplify things for your reps and managers a little bit. And I just wanted to let you know our software, it comes with the complete package. So everyone will be able to use the same software system and data if you buy our maximum package and if you're interested in that one, or we have smaller packages that would just cover some of like your simplified sales groups.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think before we even get into pricing, like, I kind of love to see the product, maybe demo it, or like, I don't know, if you
Oh,
could
for
send me
sure.
over like a brochure or something.
No, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna plan on trying to set up another meeting after this, but do you have any other concerns moving forward? I know you said that some of your sales force it'd be hard to implement it and with the turnover and stuff like that, but are there any other concerns?
Um, Honestly, I think it's just familiarizing me with the product. Like, I'd love to just learn how it could specifically apply to Dandy Mifflin, and if I could just see it for my own eyes. I think that's what's holding me back.
All right. Well, Riley, I have your email here. I will send over a few of our brochures and the videos that your reps would look at. And if you would like, could we set up another meeting, say next Friday at around 10:30? And I'll put together a presentation of how it would look with your exact company from your perspective, the manager's perspective, and the sales rep's perspective. And that way
Mhm.
we can kind of talk through it and I can present to you and show you the simplicity of our platform and how they would use it in their day-to-day basis to become more effective.
That would be perfect. Yeah, if you could highlight for those 3 roles, I would be totally open to that next Friday.
All right. Well, perfect, Riley. I appreciate you with me today. And I will send you over a meeting link for next week and that information that I told you about. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Perfect. Thanks so much for the conversation, Sam. Have a good weekend.
You're welcome. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.